There's no sport more primal than dodgeball. Other sports reward points when you get a ball into a hoop or a goal, but dodgeball's primary way of getting points is by clobbering your opponent. The original version of the game was played in Africa with rocks, and it was actually fatal. Luckily, dodgeball has changed in many ways over the years. We went from rocks to balls. Honestly, that's the largest change. The rest of the game is pretty much the same. However, recently psychopaths have invented a new version of this game with one deadly addition: trampolines. Welcome back, InterTube. It's good to have you. Oh, yep. I got a new microphone. And I got a mustache. I don't think it looks very good on me, probably because it's not very full. But that's all thanks to Miles Teller, Benson Boone, and Andy Reid, because apparently all girls want nowadays is a good mustache. I swear, every time I open a dating app, I see something like, "I'm really into mustaches." And I'm just like, okay. I can't do that. Hopefully, if I get a full enough mustache, girls will look past my weird personality and see a real gem. Although after making this video about how afraid of dodgeball I am, that might never happen. You know what? Maybe I should just get rid of the mustache. No, we'll just do it later. We'll do it later, yeah. Nothing beats the thrill of a trampoline park as a kid. It's the ideal place for a birthday party. Well, as long as all of the parents sign waivers to ensure that if their child gets hurt, they don't sue. I've always wondered about the extent of those waivers. Like, what if the equipment breaks? Or what if the employees start beating me with a stick? Can I sue then? Can I sue? Seriously? I'm just wondering. Well, the other day I was living life vicariously through Instagram Reels when I got this thought in my head of, I should go to a trampoline park. I have no idea what sparked that idea, but I decided to go. So I grabbed my cousin Josh and my brothers Caleb and Easton, and we headed over to our favorite childhood trampoline park for some fun. It's kind of funny that most trampoline parks are inside warehouses. Oh yeah, we used to pack peanuts in this warehouse, and now we just jump on trampolines. I guess that's not that shady, but still, it's kind of weird. Once inside, we were greeted by a smell so toxic, it can only be conveyed through the SpongeBob foghorn sound effect. Everything in there felt highly unsanitary. I told Josh that if I got sick within the next week, it'd be because of that. I got sick 2 days later. I'm not even joking. I'm still recovering. Too bad the trampoline park isn't liable for my sickness because, you know, I signed their waiver. Dumb. The best way to describe that trampoline park would be by saying it's like a McDonald's playground, but bigger. Most of the equipment there was greasier than a Costco pizza and shined like a Disneyland handrail. Disgusting. So you're supposed to jump from the trampolines into the foam pits, but the foam pits are just as bad. I fear how deep those things can go. Like, do they ever end? What can you hide down there? And those darn little foam particles that are just floating in the cubes that just stick to everything never come out of your clothes. These are my socks from that day. I've washed them twice, and they still have these little green and gray flakes from those stupid foam pits. I would sue, but again, I signed a waiver. We were done with the main area of the trampoline park pretty quickly because of the reasons I just mentioned. So we moved on to the Dodgeball Arena because we figured that would be fun. The Dodgeball Arena is kind of like tucked into the back of this trampoline park, almost as if they're trying to hide the fact that it's there. Because if anybody's going to want to sue, it's probably from that place, and I'll tell you why. When we got there, there were already 2 guys and 2 girls there on some sort of like double date. And these dudes scared me. These guys seemed like the textbook definition of what a formidable dodgeball opponent would be. I'm sorry, I still have nightmares about these guys. They are ruthless. For this video, I'm gonna give them very fitting names of Kyler and Cody. If your names are Kyler and Cody, I mean no offense. These two are the kind of guys that look for every opportunity to impress the girl they're with their physical strength. So they all went to one side, and we went to the other. Trampoline dodgeball is vicious. Trampolines enhance the ability to dodge because you can jump and you can slide, but it also somehow enhances your ability to throw, enabling people to throw like missiles and stuff. I don't know how, but trampolines do that to dodgeball. You know, the boys and I only really went to the trampoline park to have a little bit of fun, you know? But Kyler and Cody were only there for the glory, and boy were they willing to fight for it.
The object of the game is to eliminate the opposing players. Once all the players on one team are eliminated, the opposing team wins.
When the game begun, we were annihilated within the blink of an eye. I mean, these guys were literally throwing the most undodgeable dodgeballs I had ever come across. You'd blink, all of a sudden, boom. You're out. You're done. Like, these guys, I kid you not, looked like Po from Kung Fu Panda 2 when he's grabbing those metal balls and throwing them back at Shen's ship. You know what? The fact that I made that reference proves that I did not do a very good job in that dodgeball tournament. After the first round, we were totally ready to walk out because we were all in pain. But then out of nowhere, all of these kids enter the dodgeball arena, and Kyler and Cody are like, nope, you guys are on their team. What? Why? These poor kids, they don't know it, but they're walking into their own destruction. Once all the kids joined our team, we decided not to leave because it would be kind of cruel to leave them to be annihilated like we just were. Before the round, we did this little group huddle to kind of like prepare these kids for the disaster they were about to walk into. In this group, I'm like, we need a team captain that can lead us to victory. And then this kid, for the video, we'll call him Willie, was like, I will be the team captain. Willie was insane. I'm talking jumping, screaming, running, throwing. He was the best team captain I've ever had.
Just remember the 5 D's of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
So the round started and Willie started leading all of these kids out to the middle. They grabbed all of the balls and got all of the balls on our side before the other team even had a chance to react. So we had all of the balls and we started throwing them back at these guys. And of course, Willie's just jumping around like a madman. Just like the previous round, all of us were pretty much eliminated within the first 30 seconds. But Josh. The only reason Josh was still in the game was because he convinced all the kids to form around him like a shield, so he was pretty well protected. I kind of figured that Kyler and Cody would go easy on the kids since they are, you know, kids, and that's what you do. But these guys were not holding back. They were throwing missiles over to Josh and his shield of children. After a couple balls, Josh was exposed and boom, got hit with a ball. And we lost the second round. In between the rounds, Kyler and Cody would talk to their girlfriends about our team and like, you know, giggle and laugh and stuff. It was like the first time in a while that I felt like I was back in high school. And I find it even funnier that the girlfriends of Kyler and Cody were like, oh, you're so strong. You're so awesome. Wow, you really just threw that ball at that kid's face. I wanted to beat them in this game so bad, so we decided to do another round. So before the next round started, Willie decided to desert our team and go over to the other team. So we did another group huddle and I was like, guys, we need a new team captain. And this cute skinny kid with a bowl cut and round glasses was like, I will be the captain. I can't remember what his name was, but I remember it was one of the president's names. So we just decided to call him Mr. President.
Ask what you can do for your country.
Right before we were about to start, Kyler and Cody actually kicked Willie off their team and sent him back over to our team. I'm like, guys, just let the kid play with you. But the round started and it was brutal, just like all of the other rounds.
Dodgeball is a sport of violence, exclusion, and degradation. So, when you're picking players in gym class, remember to pick the bigger, stronger kids for your team. That way, you can all gang up on the weaker ones, like Winston here.
I had a little bit more of a fight in me because, you know, I wanted to defend the kids, so I grabbed a ball and I threw it over to the other side. Without aiming, I hit Cody right in the nuts. It was awesome. That was the most vindication I've felt in a while. Unfortunately, after I got Cody out, Kyler seemed more mad than ever and started throwing meteors over to our side. These balls are flying everywhere, so I run to the back of the arena where I find Mr. President, and I'm like, Mr. President, what do we do? And he just looks at me and says, I'm scared. Yeah, that's fair. Kyler, wanting to get revenge on me, grabs a ball and hurls it over to me. But instead of hitting me, he just nails Mr. President. I didn't even have time to mourn Mr. President's death because Kyler sent another ball zooming right over to me, and I got hit right in the leg. Our team was doing pretty good. We somehow managed to get the 2 girls out, so it was only Kyler left. But again, this just made him even more mad. So we started throwing these cannons over to our side. Josh got out, Easton got out, and Caleb got hit in the face with one of those. You're probably thinking, oh, then didn't you lose the round? No, you're forgetting one crucial piece to our team, Willie. He was still in the game, just hopping around having a good time. Kyler had thrown all the balls over to our side, so Willie had a chance. to get Kyler out and win the game. Kyler and Willie are facing each other. Willie's got a ball. I'm sitting on the sidelines next to Caleb and I'm like, dude, Willie could actually win this. Like, this could actually be our first win. Everybody was cheering for Willie. Even the girls on the other team started cheering for him. And we saw as he prepared every muscle in his body to throw this ball. And when the moment was ready, he threw the ball. As the ball was flying through the air, I thought, Kyler's gonna let this kid win, right? Right? Boy, was I wrong. In 2 quick reflexes, Kyler grabbed the ball and threw it right back at Willie, nailing him right in the chest. And this kid just ragdolled. Think about it. He didn't need to throw the ball back at Willie. Once he caught the ball, Willie was already out.
If you catch a ball that's thrown at you before it hits the ground, then the player who threw that ball is out.
But for some reason, he felt like he needed to pelt this 7-year-old kid with the dodgeball. Yeah, Kyler, you think you're the man now, but if I threw you into a Fortnite map with little Willie, you'd be dead within seconds. We didn't want to play another round. At that point, we were all injured, so the boys and I just left the arena. Kids are so funny and creative. Honestly, the best part of playing dodgeball was playing dodgeball with them, because they had crazy ideas and made the game so much more fun. Meanwhile, Kyler and Cody only really saw those kids as target practice. Even though dodgeball is the most primal sport, it still should be fun. It should be rated E for everyone, not M for mature. That's why, in a very wholesome way, I suggest that you go play with some kids. Scratch that. Tap into your inner child, guys. That's what I meant by that. Goodness. Okay, did I just make this video to get back at Kyler and Cody for beating me in dodgeball? Yes, but you watched the whole thing, so it must have been a good story, eh? Subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I got some more entertaining stuff out there. And now we gotta deal with this mustache.
I mean, come on, it didn't even look that good. Maybe I'll grow a mustache one day.